Hello and welcome to Mr. Barton's autograph video number 69. Now in last week's video we looked at how we can use autograph to study trigonometry and Pythagoras. Specifically, how can we set ourselves up right angled triangles that will enable students to practice finding the lengths of missing sides. And we created ourselves something that looked like this. Now the beauty of how we set this up was this triangle will always remain right angled no matter which one of the three sides are moved, and that meant that we can generate infinitely many right angled triangles for our students to practice working out the length of sides. So in this one we've got that angle labelled, we've got the hypotenuse worked out, and this green length here we've got as a distance of 3. But the sneaky bit was we made this font white, which meant that if we drag that rectangle down there, we can now set ourselves up another right angled triangle like that one and say to the students, okay, use your trig skills, can you work out the length of that green side now? They do all the tapping on the calculator, and when they get their answer we can very easily check it to be 4.9 and so on. But the emails were flooding in. Mr. Barton, people were saying, I want to test my students' ability to work out the size of missing angles. Well, not a problem. What I'm going to do with my exact same triangle here, if I just drag that rectangle away, if I just give this a little double click, and let's get the font back to something that we can actually see. So let's go for maroon, that sounds good. Give that a click. So I've got my distance measured there, my distance measured there, and if I want students to practice finding the angle now, if I just double click on that angle and get rid of show label, I've got the same setup now. I can make this right angle triangle look whatever I want, and then I can say to the students, okay, if those two lengths are that, can you now use that to work out the size of that angle? Give that a double click, show label, click OK, and it's 44 and so on. And of course you don't have to just measure that angle. If you want to measure this angle, it's not a problem. Click that, click that, click that, right click, angle, show label, change the accuracy to whatever you want, pump up the angle arc size just to make it a bit more visible, 46, and now we can go even further now. And I'll tell you what, whilst we're on a roll, let's measure the length of this side as well. Get rid of that, click that, that's 2.6. And now we've got the full package here. We can test our students on whatever we want. So if we want to test their ability with the tan ratio, for example, I could get rid of that label, so hide that. I could get rid of that, and I could say okay, and I'll hide that. Right, can you work out now the length of the size of the red angle? And I can move it to whatever I want, and when students think they've worked it out, just give that a little double click, and you're laughing there with that one. So that, I think, is now the complete trigonometry and Pythagoras package. Now you can tart things up a little bit and make it look a bit nicer. So I've done 3 here that I use with my classes. So blue triangle, I just pop this on the board at the start of the lesson and say, okay, can you work me out the size of the 3 green angles? And I've just revealed different lengths there. And then the next day, if they need a bit more practice, well, not a problem, I just move things around a little bit and you've got 3 completely different triangles there. So I think this is a really useful activity, and of course you can give this file to your students once you've created it for them to try at home or in a computer room lesson, and they can practice trigonometry and Pythagoras to their heart's content. Now, next week, a little teaser, we're going to do complete the Trigonometric Trilogy. I'm getting a bit obsessed with trilogies at the moment, and we're going to look at how we can set ourselves up some of those nasty little isosceles questions that they like to chuck in with 2D trigonometry. If you want a little bit of homework, see if you can construct yourself an isosceles triangle on autograph. It's a nice little challenge, and I'll give you a little hint, a circle comes into play. But more about that next week. Hope all's well with everybody. See you later. Bye for now.